Welcome to another episode of Neon Radio. I'm Reese.
And I'm Dan. This week we're doing Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Harry returns to Hogwarts Year 2 after being warned not to return as he is in grave danger. As he returns, the students at school are found petrified, several of them, and the Chamber of Secrets has been opened.
I'm just going to say, this wasn't my favourite Harry Potter movie.
This definitely wasn't his favourite Harry Potter movie.
You'll hear more on our Spoil Radio review.
Yeah, go listen to Spoil Radio podcast because this was a doozy.
It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad, but it was a fantastic podcast. Go listen to the podcast, but let's face it, this movie is long. We thought that Philosopher's Stone was long.
Yeah, this one's long. I just personally think it actually is fast paced. But there's just too much sort of meat in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's too much. There is a lot of film here. Yeah. The story and the acting is fine. The actual story and everything isn't bad. It's a detective film, pretty much.
Yeah, it's all right. There's one character, or sort of. You'll see if you listen.
Just
to
say it. Yeah. You can say it. Okay. You don't like Draco.
No, I don't like him. Okay. There's one scene in this movie which you'll end up. Look, come on.
You hate his acting.
He wasn't good.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, man, but yeah.
We're not fighting him.
No,
we think it's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, the story does follow like Harry Potter back at Year 2 after being warned not to go back.
Yep.
And pretty much like a lot of this thematically, the film is more so about memories. It's about learning who you are and about choices.
Yeah.
And although the choices and learning who you are, actually all three kind of come into play in the other movies. But I think this one here, it does form a base for the film.
Yeah, which is, I think they just, for me, it should just go to 1 and a number 3.
But I got to admit, yeah, I know what you mean. But I got to admit, it does remind me of like a Monster of the Week type of thing, this film. Where it's like the first 3 movies of Harry Potter, let's face it, they're kind of Monster of the Weeks in a way. And then it's from there on that we kind of get a full-blown plot that continues the story.
Yeah, I think personally for me, the villain in this, we all know who the villain is, but the person they chose or the person they chose to act out that part, it just wasn't strong enough for me, especially coming off the back of Harry Potter 1. But yeah, that's my
that's fair
take
enough.
on it. Yeah,
and I think look, I have problems with losing the cast about halfway to 3/4 way through.
Yeah,
when I find that. Having the 3 of them together is much more interesting, or at least 2 of them together is much more interesting than just having one go off and do their own thing.
It's like, to me, it's like having, let's say, a Goonies pack. If you've seen Goonies, and you separate them and just have one person go on the path,
very boring.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Not the same.
Oh, it can work, but it just doesn't feel right a lot of the time.
Yeah.
The cinematography for this film sits with the same as the last one.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Convenient and it's well lit and looks fine.
Yeah, the favourite scene, let's say, when they go see the spider in the forest, that looked amazing.
It was really good.
The animatronics is just insane.
The production design there is fantastic. And even the production design in Dumbledore's office is amazing, which supposedly was the most expensive set so far in the film, which is crazy because we heard about the hall last week and the floors, they're real stone, and this was like a real set that was like supposedly the most expensive for it.
That's a very interesting fact.
Going into it, I mean, like the music as well and everything, I don't think we ever really have to talk about the music ever again after this.
It's pretty much the same.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Forks has a theme though, which is absolute banger.
How does that go?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Every time it comes on, I'm like, that is cool. Even though I can't remember it, but I don't even care. The actual theme itself, when it comes on, I'm like, that sounds cool. Just saying.
Went over my head.
And wow.
Man, I found it very, very hard to watch this movie. I don't know what it was. It's just not my favourite Harry Potter film.
Dan just ripped into this one.
Sorry.
He opened strong on the podcast where they were just like, I hate this movie. I'm surprised you didn't say it like that.
Well, I don't know, I'm just being honest. Some people love it, but yeah, for me, it just didn't connect with me at all. I don't know why. It's maybe the mood I'm in. I'm not too sure, but I'm looking forward to reviewing the next ones.
I will say I did enjoy the inclusion of going to more of the classes in this film. We had the transfiguration class, herbology class. We had Gilderoy Lockhart.
Oh yeah, look,
Fantastic character.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of parts in this movie or scenes in this movie which are great. The characters are great. Like Dobby, he had a really good story arc.
He's awesome. As I said, Hermione, I haven't said it on this yet. Hermione, Dobby, and Fawkes, they're my the top sitting MVPs for this film.
Yeah, I'll agree with you.
Yeah, they're the coolest ones in the film.
What about the car? I love the car.
Car's cool,
Car's
but
awesome.
I mean, Car's also a bit of a wimp at times.
Man, I liked it.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah, calm down.
Fighting on it, far out. But yeah,
It'd be like this pretty much for most of the news, I think.
But I went into this with remembering Lockhart's character and being like, man, I'm gonna hate this character. And then I went into it and I was like, this character is actually a lot of fun and a lot of comedic relief for the film.
It was definitely
its dark times.
It was needed. If he wasn't in there, I think this movie would have been a flop.
And they tried with other comedic relief characters like Colin Cleary, whatever his name is, and also Longbottom. But let's face it, Lockhart was so much cooler, more interesting, and all he wanted to do was make some hair products.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's all he wanted. Don't forget to also, after the ending of this film, check out the post-credit sequence, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's something I didn't see. Didn't know of.
Yeah, I had to inform them. So the only one of the Harry Potters with a post-credit sequence.
Yeah.
Let's give our final thoughts. I don't think we need to go too much more in depth with this film.
Nah, look, I am very strong with my reviews. Anything over a 6 is rewatchable and good. But I'm giving this one a 5.
Yeah, that's fair enough for you. I can see that. And for me, I'm giving it my Harry Potter score of 7.25 out of 10.
I don't know where the 2.25 comes from.
I needed to even it up. Honestly, that's the reason why. I did 7.75 for the Philosopher's Stone. So I really wanted to even it up so it was like a 0.5 is going to end up at the end. And also, look, I'll give the 0.25 to Dobby, Fawkes, and Hermione for being MVPs. There you go.
I love Dobby. Dobby's awesome.
Dobby's a bomb, isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. I think that wraps it up.
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions? Put them in the description below or in the comment section below.
Tell us how are you enjoying this series that we're doing, and if there's anything you want us to include. And don't forget to like and subscribe the YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow.
Yes, follow. It does help.
Yeah,
Thank
on
you.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and go listen to Spoil Radio podcast. This was a really good one. I enjoyed it.
It was a long one.
It was a long one.
Yeah,
but I think it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you're going for a drive somewhere and you got 2 hours to spare, you can throw that on,
or just throw it on and then listen to it again later.
Yeah,
half it up.
It was pretty good. I got roasted a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It was fun. All right, you've been listening to Neon Radio. I'm Reese.
I'm Dan.
And you have a good week.
Lights out.